a visibility and leadership expert who helps people to take charge of their lives and cause them to move from unknown to unforgettable. He is a graduate of electronics engineering, a certified safety professional, and a leadership coach. His quarterly visibility challenges have helped thousands become visible in the online space with amazing testimonies as evidence of the power of visibility. He has authored several books, including The Beautiful Life, Are You Like Most People? Why Bad Things Happen to Good People? 27 Most Ignored Questions by Singles, and his book being January is Not for Planning. Mr. Mute is married to Priska and they reside in Lagos with their children, Zoe, Zuril, and Zofani. Let's have your hand claps in the chat box as we welcome our guest speaker. Right. Mr. Mute, you're most welcome to share your knowledge with us so that we are able to be seen, to be heard, and also be paid. Thank you. The floor is yours.
Hey, good evening, everybody. How are we doing? Good evening. Can you confirm that you can hear me? Can you confirm that you can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Patricia, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm in position to hear you.
Hello? Okay, all right. Thank you for this great opportunity. How are we doing, Ugandans? Good evening. I would like one or two persons to respond. Let me get the feel of the house. How are we doing? Good evening, everyone. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm seeing both Bashi, Kinyangi, Tumukunde Province, Nabuma Goreth. I hope I'm getting them right. All right. You know, it's amazing what technology can do, right? And least but not the last but not the least, sorry. I will not fail to recognize Coach Samuel. Coach Samuel has been a long-time friend, you know, and I appreciate what he's doing over there in Uganda. So I want to say, Coach, it's good to see you once again, and good to have you invite me to come share with you your club. Before we start, I would love it to be your video so that we can interact. You know, it's always good when we can see one another. So if you know you have enough data and you can enable your video, I would love that so that I can see. It's going to be an interactive session, you know, and I would love to see you. All right, so good evening once again. My name is Mutefe, and I've been invited to share on Be Seen, Be Heard, Be Paid. You know, I'm using visibility, mastering visibility for business growth, business and career growth. To make it easy, I have some slides I'll be sharing with my slides. So I'm going to be sharing my screen. I hope I've been made a co-host. Patricia, right? Okay, yes, I think my share is enabled here. Okay. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I'm sorry, let me, I'm trying to, Okay. I think it's loading, right? Okay, can you see my screen? Is it showing very well over there?
Yes, I can view it very well. Thank you.
Patricia, is this screen showing? Okay,
It's
all
very
right. So we are
visible.
looking at mastering visibility for career. It's very visible, right? That's good. I love that. So mastering visibility for career and business growth. So this is a presentation for young professionals in Uganda based on the profile I was given. So we're going to be going out just an hour to present. So I want to go straight into my presentation, and my desire is that everyone will be 1 or 2 steps better than where they were before they joined this session. All right, so I know Patricia has introduced me, but let me just run down a little bit. Why should you listen to me? Who is Mute Efe? Like Patricia rightly read, I'm a graduate of electrical electronics engineering. I've worked with a multinational, just like Coach Sam, we're moving from multinational to multinational, right? So I've worked with Procter & Gamble Nigeria for a couple of years before I left into self-employment. I'm a leadership and visibility coach. I am a certified safety professional. I know that is not stated here. I'm the founder of a group known as the Leadership Tribe. I'm also the founder of an academy known as Personal Leadership Academy, which is a paid platform. People pay to take programs in that platform. Then I'm the founder of the 21 Day Visibility Challenge, which is the primary reason why I believe Coach has invited me here, because I run programs to help people become visible. And it has helped a lot of people move from unknown to unforgettable. And we'll talk about that later in the session or at the end. I've trained over 3,000 people. I'm author of 9 books, both hard copy books and ebooks. I'm a cybersecurity analyst in training. I'm an advocate for 100-100 marriage. I have a strong passion for relationship, and then married with 3 kids, right? So that is Mute Efe. You can see my picture there in case we see face to face. So, what are we looking at tonight? We're looking at then we're looking at why visibility matters. Because if you don't know why something is important, you're not likely to take it serious. So looking at why visibility matters, I'll be sharing 2 stories with you. You know, we're looking at both career and business success. So I'll be giving you 2 stories, one from career and one from business, so that you get to see the importance of visibility, whether you are pursuing a career in the corporate sector or whether you just look at business growth, you get to see how it helps. Then we'll look at common visibility misconceptions. We'll look at common visibility misconceptions. We'll look at internal visibility and external visibility. Then we'll talk about how you can build your own digital visibility, because in the era of the digital age. Excited? Say I am if you're excited. Are you getting excited? I can't hear you. It's like your mics are muted.
Yeah, I am excited.
It's
You
like
hear?
only Patricia will be responding on behalf of everybody. Patricia will be responding on behalf of everybody tonight. Okay, all right. So what is visibility? I think that's where we are starting from, right? What is visibility? Visibility is being seen, heard, and recognized for the value you offer. You need to get that definition right for you to understand it. Visibility is not just being seen, right? Visibility is being seen, heard, and recognized for the value you offer. So as a young professional, it means you are noticed in a positive way by the right people. You are either working in a corporate organization right now, probably you seek to get into the corporate sector. So visibility is being noticed in a positive way by the right people, managers, peers, mentors, or industry leaders, right? So that your contributions, your potentials, and your values are recognized. You see, that place of recognition is very important because there cannot be career growth, there cannot be business growth if there is no recognition. Nobody just gets promoted for no reason. Are we in alignment? Nobody gets promoted for no reason. There must be a reason why Patricia was promoted. There must be a reason why Coach Samuel was promoted. So if you are not recognized, you will not achieve career growth in your industry. So visibility is being noticed in a positive light by the right people. Not just by anybody, by the right people, by the people that matters in your organization, your managers, your peers, your mentors, your industry leaders, so that your contributions, potentials, and values are recognized. It is making sure that you are not just doing good work. Please take note of this. It is making sure that you are not just doing good work, but people know that you are doing good work. Did you get that? It is not just doing good work, but making sure that people know that you are doing good work. It sounds a bit dicey, but you need to get it right. It is not just doing good work, but making sure that people know that you are doing good work. That is the third time I've repeated it. So in whatever sphere you find yourself in that organization, you want to make sure that people know that you are adding value to the organization. Otherwise, your value will go unnoticed, right? Even if the value is noticed, you will go unrewarded because they don't know, they could not tie you to the value. So for those in the law parlance, those in the law sphere, we usually say here in Nigeria that justice must not just be done, justice must be seen to be done. Did you get that? So for a society to work, right, it is not enough to say justice has been done. No, justice must be seen to have been done. That is when the people will be satisfied, right? And so in the same way, in your organization, it's not enough to do good work. You want to make sure people know that you are doing good work. You want to make sure people know that Patricia was the one who audited that firm, right? You want to know that people know that Patricia has closed out 5 of her action plans for the year, right? That at the beginning of the year, she had 10 action plans given, that these are your target for this year. Now you've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but who knows? That is the big question mark you want to answer. Who knows that you have done them, right? Because it is when you do them and they know that you have done them that you will get rewarded. So reward comes when the one who gave the value is known. It's not just about value being given, but you being known to have given value. So wherever you find yourself, you want to make sure that the right people know the value you are adding to the organization, right? So I believe we're already getting excited. Now, why does visibility matter, right? Why does visibility matter? Because it influences how opportunities, growth, and recognition come your way, regardless of how skilled or hardworking you are. it is not everybody who works hard in the organization that gets rewarded. It is not everybody, right? So what makes sure that you get rewarded for the work you are doing is the visibility involved. Is you being able to showcase it that you have done this. So your visibility will influence how you grow in your organization, the opportunities that come your way, the recognition you get, whether irrespective of how skilled you are. The reason you need to take note of that is because there are people who are not working as hard as you, but who are better off in their career than you. And nobody is happy about that, right? Is there anybody that is happy with that? People who are putting in less effort, but they are getting better rewards for their effort. You know, you don't want that. You want to be rewarded for the effort you are contributing. So, but what is going to close that gap for you is visibility. So it is how well you are seen and recognized. Visibility will significantly impact the job opportunities that you get. Even if you are job hunting right now, your visibility still matters. Because right now, people who don't even have jobs, they are already loud on LinkedIn, right? They're already making themselves, positioning themselves for that job that they are after, right? They don't have a job yet, but they are doing something that is making organizations look out for them. So if they can do that, then you in your organization, what are you doing so that the right opportunities come your way, so that you grow well in your organization, so that you are recognized for the value that you offer? What are you doing about that? Now, in today's job market, being visible is more important than ever because the competition is crazy, right? So you want to make sure that you position yourself rightly so that you can get the right opportunities when they show up. Now, for example, being in this club that you are in, right, in this group, being part of this group is positioning you for something, right? Because if you know how to utilize it, it will make better opportunities come your way. And I'm sure when there are possibilities out there, the leadership of this group can say, so and so company is looking for so and so qualification. So and so company is looking for this kind of person to fill this job role. So because you are here, that opportunity has come your way. So you have positioned yourself just by being here. Now, there are people who are out there just roaming the street, carrying their CV, working from one point to another, from one company to another, dropping their CV, thinking that is how they will get the job. But that is not it. That is not it. You want to make sure you position yourself rightly, right? You want to make sure you position yourself rightly, and you do that through visibility. You do that through visibility. So visibility is critical in today's day and age. So I want to share two stories with you about how visibility has helped some people, you know, in their career or in their business. I'm going to be looking at Deborah Lawal. She's a PhD holder. She's a lecturer in one of our Nigerian universities, right? And a couple of years ago, she took my visibility program. Remember, she's a lecturer at an institution. She took my visibility program. And in the course of that, you know, there was a shift in her career just because she took the visibility program. So I'm going to share with you what she narrated, her own story about how visibility has helped her career. Are you ready to read her story? Are you guys ready to read her story right now?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so this is what she said, because when I was preparing for you, I sent her a message that she should write me about how visibility has helped her, because she's a lecturer in a university, you know, she's doing well. Why did she need visibility? You're already a lecturer, right? A PhD holder. So why do you need visibility? So maybe if you get to hear her story, you will now understand why it is important. So she wrote this. In 2023, I took a bold step by joining the Visibility Challenge on Facebook. At the time, I was simply looking to push myself out of my comfort zone and show up more consistently online. What I did not participate was how that single decision would shape my personal brand and professional journey in such a profound way. Take note of that phrase, personal brand, professional journey, because I'm going to come back to it in the course of this presentation, personal brand. Now, opportunities I had previously only dreamt of started coming to me. Did you get that? Opportunities that I had previously only dreamt of started coming to me. See, some people pursue opportunities, but for some other people, opportunities come to them. Did you get that? Some people pursue opportunities, but for some other people, opportunities come to them. What makes that difference is visibility, positioning yourself. So opportunities I had previously only dreamt of started coming to me, like speaking engagements, collaborations, invitations to panels, and professional recognition. This is a lecturer that we're talking about, right? My online presence and the value I consistently gave out became my CV. So your CV is no longer that piece of paper or that MS Word sheet that you have typed your name and the school you graduated from and the job you did last. That is not just your CV. He said, my online presence and the value I consistently gave out became my CV. So you, in this session now, you can learn from her how she positioned herself. When I was to work with the Nigerian Air Force, can you imagine that? A lecturer now being invited by the Nigerian Air Force on a national event, a background check was done and I passed excellently because I was able to use the visibility challenge by Mutefe to populate my social media accounts with valuable content. While the project was ongoing, I received another invitation from the Nigerian Navy. You see, is somebody excited? She's just doing one with the Nigerian Air Force or Army, and now she's getting another with the Nigerian Navy. By the help of God, I've been able to achieve in 1 year what I could not achieve in 4 years. That means time was collapsed for her because of visibility. What she would have pursued in 4 years, she got in 1 year. I've held positions that was reserved for people 2 levels above me. She got them. I keep leveraging visibility to announce myself, and that is why even without physical meeting, my name gets things done in places I have never been to. Who loves that? I don't know if you are excited like I am. You know, even without physical meetings, my name gets things done in places I have never been to. This journey has shown me that visibility is not for vanity, it is a strategy. Strategic visibility truly changes what? Everything. Strategic visibility truly changes everything. Now, look at this picture. Okay, if you look at this one, you see that it's a picture of her being given an award by the Nigerian Navy. Can you see it? Being given an award by the Nigerian Navy. That's the lecturer there. That is the Deborah Lawal. Now, if you look at here, this is a group photograph. You can see that in this whole picture, there are only 2 women. So, okay, let me say 3 women in the photograph, but she's the only civilian there, or maybe one of 2 civilians. She's the one I have circled in white right there. So taking a group photograph with part of the Nigerian Navy command, right? She did this sometime last year. So this to tell you how visibility has helped somebody who was just in the classroom to start making impact outside of the classroom. Let's go to the second story. Success at teaching. Now, this is someone in business. She runs a personal brand, a pastry brand, pastry making, right? And she's in a city called Benin City in Nigeria. When she came to me to take her visibility program, to take my visibility program, you know, she had just 2,000 followers on Facebook, right? And then she came and took the program, and started implementing what she learned about visibility. So she's going to share with us how that program has helped her. What has visibility done for her as someone in business? So in late 2023, I registered for Mr. Motefi's Visibility Challenge despite having only 2,000 followers on Facebook and struggling to maintain a consistent posting schedule. I knew I needed a change, but I didn't know where to start. Although I wasn't among the initial batch to see instant results, I diligently applied the strategies and principles I learned during the training. The challenge became a lifestyle shift for me. By the end of 2024, my follower count had skyrocketed to 30,000 followers. Did you get that? By the end of 2024, she came in with just 2,000 followers, but implementing visibility strategies, by the end of 2024, my follower count had skyrocketed to 30,000. In less than 5 months since then, you know, we are in the month of May, right? Now, between that December last year and now, I've added nearly 15,000 new followers, bringing my total to 44,500. This was someone who was on Facebook for years and got only 2,000 followers. And in less than 18 months, she had moved from 2,000 to over 40,000 followers. This remarkable growth is a testament to the power of consistent effort and strategic visibility. But the impact goes beyond mere numbers. The Visibility Challenge opened new doors to new opportunities, connecting me with international clients who are interested in my services and eager to register for my online classes. My online presence has transcended geographical boundaries, reaching places I haven't physically touched. This global reach has been a game changer for my business, allowing me to showcase my expertise and attract clients from diverse backgrounds. Attracting clients from diverse backgrounds. Visibility is critical. That is the summary of it all. So you can see that why the first story was from someone who had a regular career growth, right, working with a university. This one was from business. And whether you are in business or you are in the corporate sector, visibility is paramount because it positions you for greater things. Now let's look at common visibility misconceptions. Common visibility misconceptions. These are mindsets that people have that is not helping their visibility. And if you have them, I want to encourage you to get rid of them as this session is going on. And I am going to, please, I want this to be interactive, not just Patricia. I want someone else to speak about it. Common visibility misconceptions. Number one, my work will speak for itself. How many of us have heard that before? My work will speak for itself. Your mic is still muted, Patricia. My work will speak for itself. How many of us have heard that?
I've read it.
Yeah, you heard it a lot, right? And close to it is that a good product will do what? Who can complete that? A good product will do what? You must have heard about it. They will say a good product will sell itself. Has anybody here heard that before? A good product will sell itself. Now, this is a misconception because it is not completely true in this day and age. The reason is because there is now stiff competition in the marketplace. Stiff competition. So it is not enough to say your product is good, right? You have to let us know that your product is good. It is not enough to say your work will speak for itself. We may see the work and we will not know who did the job, right? We will not know who did the job. So if you want us to know, you've got to be the one to let us know that you did the job. Don't expect the job to just speak for itself. Another misconception is what? Self-promotion is arrogant, you know, especially if you grow up in the religious setting, you know, pride has a very vague definition. And people think that putting themselves out there, showcasing themselves is like pride, because there is a thin line, right? When you look at arrogance and pride, and people will think that just because you are showcasing yourself, it means you are proud or arrogant. No. Self-promotion is not arrogance. Self-promotion is seeking validation, seeking recognition for the work you have done. It is your right to be recognized for the work you have done, especially in the corporate sector. A laborer is worthy of his wages if the laborer is known. Did you get that? A laborer is worthy of his wages if the laborer is known. If the laborer is not known, who are we going to pay? So self-promotion, thinking that self-promotion is arrogant is a misconception, right? Another one is that only extroverts are visible. Probably you are the type who is the reserved type, you know, you're quiet, easygoing. You know, the tendency is to think that only extroverts are the ones that are out there and they are the ones that are seen and known. No, it's not only extroverts. No matter how quiet you are, there are visibility strategies for you to be known, to be recognized for the job you have done. You have done the job, you deserve to be recognized, right? You deserve to be recognized. So thinking that only extroverts are visible is a misconception. Another misconception that people have is that I need to wait until I'm an expert to be visible. No, you don't need to wait until you become an expert, right? For every step of the ladder, as you climb, you need visibility. For every step of the ladder. You don't wait to get to the top, right? So as a matter of fact, it is visibility on step 1 that will get you to step 2. Are you getting it? It is visibility on step 2 that will get you to step 3. It is visibility on step 3 that will get you to step 4. So if you're on step 1 and you think you want to wait till you get to step 5 before you will become visible, you will never get to step 5, right? Because nobody knows you. So you have to shine the light around you while you are on step 1 for them to see you worthy of step 2. Is somebody catching a revelation right now? Are you catching a revelation? Is the light bulb coming on? And that you have to be seen at step 1 before you will get to step 2. That is how you climb the ladder. Nobody climbs the ladder by accident. You see, people fall off the ladder by accident, right? But nobody climbs the ladder by accident. You must be strategic. It must be intentional. You must be deliberate if you want to climb the ladder. Now, the last misconception, yes, if I work hard, I will be rewarded. Not necessarily true, my darling, not necessarily true. That if you work hard, you'll be rewarded. There are a lot of people who are putting a lot of energy in what they are doing and they are not getting any reward simply because nobody knows them. So if you want to get rewarded, you have to let us know that you have done this job, right? You have to let us know that you have done this job. So that is misconceptions that people have. Now let's look at internal visibility. There are 2 types of visibility, right? One is internal visibility, the other one is external visibility. And it's good for you to understand how both works so that you can take advantage of them, right? It's good to understand how both works for you to take advantage of them. Otherwise, you will just continue to go around in circles and never see growth. Now, internal visibility is visibility within the organization, right? Within the organization, there is a way you play the visibility game. Then outside the organization, you play the visibility game too. So you cannot just be playing one and leave the other. You want both sides. So how do you work on visibility within your organization? This is known as the internal visibility. Simple strategies you can use are what I've highlighted there. You want to speak up during meetings. You know, back then we had this frame. You see it in a lot of homes here in Nigeria, especially Christians. You know, it will say Jesus, the silent listener in every conversation. I don't know if anybody here had anything like that. The silent listener in every conversation, right? So many of us grew up with that kind of thinking. So when you are in the corporate sector, it's time for a meeting, you are the one who just folds his hands, and you don't see anything from the beginning of the meeting to the end of the meeting. It will not help your career, right? You want to speak up during meeting. Of course, there is tact to it, right? So based on where you are in the organization, determines the kind of meetings you want to speak up with. And when we look at, you know, how to build your confidence, it will also tell you where and when to speak. But as a general rule of thumb, during meetings, you want to be someone who's suggesting results or you are asking questions. The idea is that you want them to know that there is somebody who thinks in this room, right? There is somebody who thinks. Because the person who is just sitting down there, not saying anything from the beginning to the end of the meeting, how are you sure that person was actually involved in the meeting, right? But when someone raises up their hand and speaks up, you get to know that, yeah, this person has been involved, this person has been listening, this person has been taking notes, right? And then the person asks intelligent questions. Okay, so and so made this suggestion. What was the thinking behind that? How do we go from point A to point B? I think we can do it this way. You see, the more you speak up during meetings, the more you are recognized by your superiors, right? The more you are recognized by your peers. And I'm going to connect this to leadership in the course of the session, right? So you want to be a person who is not just sitting down and folding their hands, but be outspoken during meetings. The second thing you can do is take ownership of your results. Take ownership of your results. That thing that you've accomplished, did you send an email to your boss letting him know that this task has been done, right? That action plan that you were given, that it has been closed out. Who is aware that you have successfully closed out that action plan? Who is aware that it was you and not Peter who closed out that action plan? So you want to take ownership of your results by letting the right people know that, yes, this task has been done. Celebrate yourself, right? You know, and let them know that this task has been done. Then you want to what? Build strategic relationships within your organization. Build strategic relationships. Don't just be the one who is only known in your department alone. When there are cross-functional meetings across departments, make yourself visible also. Build relationship. Know somebody in accounts, know somebody in purchasing, know somebody in, you know, in all those other departments. Have people there that, because when you do this, you are having people who can also speak for you when it matters. Right? You're having people who can speak for you when it matters. Have you ever wondered why certain people are known by everybody in the organization? Is there anybody like that that can attest to that? Certain people are just known by everybody in the organization, but they are in just one particular department, right? Who can confirm that? Someone is in a particular department, yet the entire organization knows them. Why? What are they doing right that made you to know them? That is what you will also copy so that people in other departments can know you also. So it's not just about you being in your department alone, but also being known across other departments. And you do that by building strategic relationships. When I was in Procter and Gamble, you know, we had what we call a WDP, Work and Development Plan. It is called Work and Development Plan, WDP. Now, at the beginning of every year, that's the job year, because our calendar starts from July to June. So at every financial year, right, everyone comes up with their W&DP plan, right, where you commit to the organization what you are going to achieve during the next 12 months. Now, what you are committing to must be tied towards the vision of the organization. It must be tied to the vision of that company. What is the company seeking to achieve in the next 1 year, right? Then in all departments will tie into that, right? Everybody in each department must also tie into that. You cannot have a vision that is different from the vision of the organization. You can't. It means you are not playing with that organization. So you want to align with organization goals and make sure you are following that. The man who is cleaning the floor, right, is doing something in his department that ties to the organizational goals based on where he is. For you, what is the task? What are the tasks that you are supposed to accomplish that ties to the organizational goals too? If you are not doing the task that ties to it, you are doing somebody else's task, you will not be rewarded. So when we come on to our W&DP, we state what you are going to accomplish by yourself. These are the things I'm committing to. So when it comes to your review with your managers, your one-on-one reviews, you go with that. This is what I set out to achieve for this year, and this is how far I have gone. Are you getting it? When you do that, your manager is aware of the things that you set out to achieve. So as you begin to close them, they can know whether you are 20% gone, 50% gone, 70% gone. It is obvious because what you set out to achieve is written. So you can start ticking the boxes as you go by. That is how you become visible. So when you are now with your manager or it's time you want to ask for a raise, you go with evidence. There is something we call evidence. I set out to achieve this. I don't want to go. When you seek a promotion, when you seek a raise, when you seek an increment, you have something to bargain with. But when you just come to work in the morning, you do whatever comes to your desk and you go, how are you sure that you are doing what you are supposed to be doing? If you've not been given set goals to accomplish, how are you sure this task that you are doing is not somebody else's task? So you want to make sure you are in alignment with the organization, right? Then number 5, there is be a team player, right? Be a team player. It is very important in any organization you find yourself. Be a team player. Nobody is as good as all of us, right? No one person is as good as all of us put together, right? No matter how good you are, your brain cannot take what all our brains can take. So you want to be a team player. You want to be part of that team, you know, bounce ideas with them. You know, engage in tasks together. You accomplish tasks together, whether you're in production or you're in accounting, be part of a team. Be part of a team. Don't run alone because it will help you when you have the right people speaking for you. So you want to be a team player. Last there on the list is volunteer for projects. It has a way of standing you out. Volunteer for projects. When you see a project coming up, be first to indicate interest. Yes, it may add to your workload for a short period of time, right? It may add to your workload, but it also shows your commitment to the organization. It also shows that this person is working hard to see that this organization does not fail. So you want to be part of projects. So when you do this, you are focusing on your internal visibility. You are growing your internal visibility within the organization. Now let's look at how to grow your external visibility, right? This is now outside the organization, and they are rightly listed there. You want to optimize your LinkedIn profile. I believe everybody here is on LinkedIn, right? Are we all on LinkedIn? You know, there is a kind of people you find on Facebook. There's a kind of people you find on LinkedIn, right? So for young professionals, right, even if you have a Facebook account, you want to make sure you are active on LinkedIn. If you know your path is a career path, you want to make sure you are active on LinkedIn. So I believe everybody here is on LinkedIn. So you want to optimize your LinkedIn profile. When people come to your profile, they can be sure, they can be certain of what you represent. They will easily know who kind of value this person can add. Everything is there, right? Then you want to share insights online. You want to be somebody who is regularly what? Sharing their thoughts. You saw what Dr. Deborah Lawal said, that when the Nigerian Air Force invited her, what happened was that they did a background check on her, and what helped her was her social media account. When they went to her profile, they were convinced that this is somebody that knows what she is doing, right? So because her profile was not blank, I cannot come to your profile and the last post I see is 2 years ago, and you are looking for career growth. Are you seeing the disconnect? It was 2 years ago. You see, but if that person is not in the career world, that person is just maybe in business alone, that person may be on Facebook, right? And not be too bothered about LinkedIn. But for you, you know that you are pursuing career as an accountant, as whatever in any sphere, you want to make sure that you are active on LinkedIn and you are regularly posting. You share insights online, you attend industry events. That sector you are in, do you belong to that profession? When there are industry events around you, do you attend them? When you attend, do you what? Create relationship with other people? This is how you build external visibility. Join professional associations, right? Collaborate with others, mentor or volunteer, right? Mentor or volunteer. Now, in a group like this, Patricia is hosting, right? She's the one anchoring this. No, there is nothing wrong if you also put yourself forward. And Patricia, can I also volunteer to host the next event? Can I anchor? Because by this that Patricia is doing, she is becoming visible here, right? So how do you become this? Something you should think about. What contribution will you make that will make you visible in this space? That will make you visible in this space. So you want to, push yourself up by also mentoring. Maybe I don't know how you induct new members, right? Do they undergo a short training, maybe a 1 week, a 2 hour session? You've been here for maybe 6 months. You can now be the one to what? Induct the new ones, to onboard them, to train them, to understand how this group works. That is also visibility, right? That is visibility. So as you are working on your internal visibility, you are working on your external visibility too, right? Yeah. Share insights online. Are you seeing it on the second sphere? So I want you to do a task right now, right? Let's take it practical. Can you see what is there? Patricia,
Yes, I can see.
I think you are the only one who can speak up. I want you to do
Please, members, you can unmute and also give your opinions. It's an open discussion as
if you
our
are using a
speaker.
laptop, right?
Yes, I can see.
Yeah, so if you are using a
Yes,
laptop,
I can see.
yeah, so please enable your camera right now. Enable your camera, right? I want to see your faces. Device. So I want to see your faces, right? And then with that, I want you to take a shot. You say, this is my, you can see my device here, right? So I want you to take a photograph of yourself and your laptop, right? So put on your camera. Put on your camera. And take a shot of, of this. Have you done that? I want to take a
Yes.
screenshot the way it's showing on the presentation, right?
Yes.
Presentation. I want you to take a photograph of it. So it shows both the show on the screen. But right now, so you take a picture of it. And what I want you to do right now, right? Listen, right now is that while you are here, without and use that picture, create a post. Hey, I'm currently in a visibility session with Mutefe in the name of your group, right? And just share one or two sentences about your experience learning about visibility. What are you learning? Share about it right now as we are here. Don't wait till tomorrow. Do it now with that picture that you just took, right? Attach it. Attach that picture that you just took and post it on LinkedIn. Are we together?
Yes, we are.
Are we all together? Okay, so let me give a few seconds for Patricia, it's like you were saying something, but your mic was muted. I could see your lips moving, but your mic was muted.
We are checking the fix and we update.
Come again, please. So how many of us have done it? Okay, people are saying they have one device. Right. People are saying they have one device. How can we make show on the screen at the same time? Okay, let me take another shot. Okay. All right. So, so can we continue on one device? Maybe you're using your phone. If there is somebody else that has a phone around you, let that person just snap you on your device, you holding your device in your hand. But otherwise, take a screenshot of the presentation, right? Okay, so let's quickly continue. Are we all back?
We are on.
Okay, we're all back, right?
Yeah.
Is my screen still showing?
Yes, it is.
You can see my screen. All right. Okay. So, so this was just a task for us to do. So let's look at visibility killers, right? Visibility killers. There are certain things that people do that kill their visibility. And it's good you know them so that you don't fall victim of these things. One of them, you know, we've looked at things that we have to become visible in the workplace, in the organization. So when you do the opposite of those things, what will happen? When you do the opposite of those things, what will happen? Are we together? There are certain things you do that promotes your visibility. When you do the opposite of them, what you are doing is that you are now killing your visibility because you will now remain in that organization and nobody will know you. So on the list there, we have what? When you are being silent or passive doing things, right? When you are just the passive person, you never contribute, you never ask questions, you are just holding your hands and listening from the beginning to the end of the meeting.
It will reach
That is all you
around too.
you are killing your own visibility. Right?
On about the 1 of 9, we put at around 1. At times, even that
Is
at
when you
around
don't share contribution.
2 3 there, depending on the jam.
When you don't share your contributions, you are killing your visibility. Not sharing your wins or your contribution is killing your visibility, right? So you want to make sure as you meet certain goals, you share it with your team, you share it with your manager, you share it with your boss's boss, you share it with the right people that these action plans, this task have been completed, right? This job has been done. That is how you share your wins, so they know that, yes, somebody is working here. Then lack of intentional networking. You are not collaborating with other people. You are not networking. You are not knowing them. They don't know you. Lack of that is what a visibility killer. And then inconsistent online presence. Inconsistent online presence. When you are not visible in the online space, you are working against. For anybody who is pursuing career success, what happens? LinkedIn is a critical part. So you want to show you are active in the online space. You know that this person is alive, that this person is not just passive. You want to share something on LinkedIn. That is how you what you kill visibility if you are not active. Now let's look at how to build your digital visibility. How to build your digital visibility. You know, I hold a visibility program on a quarterly basis, and I teach a lot in this aspect because this is the critical part that a lot of people don't do. So I want you to pay attention in this because it is going to make or break your visibility journey. It will make or break your visibility journey. So how do you build your digital visibility? The first thing you want to do is to define your personal brand. I think it was yesterday I met with Patricia, you know, and I talked a little bit on this area. As an accountant, for example, which aspect of accounting do you want to be known for, right? Is it bookkeeping and record keeping, right? Is it auditing? Is it, you know, you have different branches under accounting. So what is your personal brand out of that big sphere? What is your personal brand? What do you want to be known for? Right? So you want to define something. You see what Patricia did when she was introduced, when she started a session. She called herself, I think, the passionate accountant, right? Patricia, that was the phrase you used, isn't it?
Yes.
The passionate accountant. And I said, yes, that is it. She got it right. You see, that single phrase will make her stand out in the midst of a member. Personal brand perception. How do you want people to perceive you? So you create a personal brand around that. Are you focusing on small? Are you focusing on, you know, students, whatever it is? Create a personal brand around it so that people will know that this is your area. When your name is mentioned, what happens? They immediately know what you represent. Anytime you mention visibility, motive, people know you're talking about visibility. Why? Because I have a catchphrase, I have a slogan, I have a brand around visibility. So once it comes to today, people send me videos, resources. Once they see something that has to do with visibility, they send it to me because they know that is what I represent. Find an area that this is where I want to settle down. This is where I want to build my tent, right? So you want to now focus on that. Define your personal brand. Number two, be active on LinkedIn. We cannot overemphasize fast opportunities there if you know how to utilize LinkedIn, especially for someone who is seeking career success. So you want to be active on LinkedIn. And how do you become active? Number 3, teach, teach, and teach. Can everybody say that? Teach, teach, and teach. I want to hear everybody say that.
Teach,
1, 2, 3.
teach, and teach.
Teach, teach, and teach.
Teach, teach,
Yes,
and
that is
teach.
it. Teach, teach, and teach. Never hoard your knowledge, right? Never hoard your knowledge. That thing that you know, pour it out. Yes, this person knows this subject. Teach them. See, we are not in the era of information alone. Yeah, this is the information age, but people don't just pay for knowledge. What people pay for is transformation. Come to you to experience transformation is when you give out knowledge for free. So pour your knowledge out. Give the best of your knowledge out. Teach, teach, and teach. Don't let a day go by without posting something where you are sharing knowledge about your expertise, about that area that you are good at, about that area where you want to be known. Don't let a day go by without you sharing your knowledge in that area. Are you getting it? So you want to constantly pour your knowledge out on LinkedIn. Teach, teach, and teach. It will make you become visible. You know, teach with fun, teach with illustration, teach with pictures, teach with all different formats, but ensure you are teaching. As you teach and teach and teach, what happens? More people will know you and more people will come to you. Then number 4, engage with industry thought leaders. There are people better than you in that industry. Engage with them. People who have been there for years before you, engage with them and learn from them. Build relationship with them. Invite them, collaborate with them. Just as Coach Samuel has invited me in, invite other people onto your own space. Right? Interact with LinkedIn. Ensure that your wall is not just blank on LinkedIn. Every now and then, populate it with pictures. When you teach on anything, use a picture that illustrates what you are teaching about. Right? Use pictures, use visuals. Build your personal portfolio. As you are achieving things, you are working presently, right? But maybe that is not your ideal organization that you want to work for. But whatever you are achieving there, are you posting it on LinkedIn? Are you building your portfolio? Are you letting people know that you've accomplished this, this, and this for your present organization? That is how you attract better organizations to you, right? So you want to ensure that you are building your personal portfolio as you are on LinkedIn, right? I believe I still have a few more minutes as I'm rounding up. So that is how you build your digital visibility. Now, this is our closing slide, right? How to build your visibility roadmap now so that you can always look at it. You can take a screenshot of this particular slide, right? Build, number 1, you want to build self-awareness and establish your digital presence. All the points you need are stated there. Identify your core strengths, optimize your profile, set visibility, observe workplace dynamics. Who are the key people in your organization? What made them key persons? What did they do to become visible? You want to also what? Emulate them. Identify your core strengths. What do you want to be known for? That is what you want to project, right? Number 2, show up consistently to build credibility. Visibility brings credibility. Somebody can write that down. Visibility brings credibility. The more people know you, the more people like you, and the more people trust you. It is called know, like, and trust. Know, like, and trust. The more people know you, right? the more people will like you and the more people will trust you. So, and how do you achieve all of that? Speak up during meetings, volunteer for visible projects, post and engage with other people's content regularly on LinkedIn, join a few professional groups online. You are building your credibility when you do this for, right? Number 3, grow your network and influence externally. You know, we looked at internal visibility. You also want to build external visibility. Grow your network and influence externally. Post original content when you post on LinkedIn. Post original content. Use your voice. Everything must not be ChatGPT. Know how to use ChatGPT, but know how to put your voice in it, so that people know that this is Patricia that is talking, right? And so you put original content, you attend industry events to network with other people, you collaborate and contribute, you build cross-functional relationships. These are strategies for growing your network and influence externally. Then showcase your leadership ability. Let me say this, and I want everyone to pay attention. When you join any organization, that skill set you bring in is called a technical skill. It's called a technical skill. That skill set that you bring in when you join the organization is called a technical skill. So it's not enough to make you go up the ladder. To grow up the ladder, you need to show leadership ability. To grow up the ladder, you want to show leadership ability. Please, the moment. So to grow up the ladder, you want to showcase leadership ability. So at the bottom of the ladder, how good are you as an accountant? How good are you as a medical doctor? How good are you as a welder? How good are you as a teacher, right? As at the bottom of the ladder, you can teach your class, right? These are technical skills for now. Now your leadership ability. Can you manage people? Are you seeing the difference? It's no longer enough to just do the job, but can you work with other people to get the job done? The reason the CEO is at the top of the pyramid is because the CEO is working with 3,000 people to get one job done. Are you getting it? It's working with 3,000 people to get one job done. That is leadership. So as you want to grow an organization, you want to showcase your leadership ability. How do you do this? You volunteer yourself, right? You want to mentor junior peers. You want to onboard new members that join the organization, new employees, right? You are now showing that you are no longer just good enough for technical role, but you're also good enough for leadership role. That will make you attractive for leadership positions. You want to lead a project, host a webinar, you know, like what we are doing now. Can you host a webinar group of people? And then you continue to refine your niche. All of these is helping you showcase your leadership ability. And the more you do, so the better you become. At the end of our session 9, right? Patricia, I hope it does not matter what you do, if people don't know what, can somebody read what's on the screen? Go visible or what?
Mr. Mute, your last words weren't heard. Your network was cutting. Please come again.
Patricia, I could not hear you.
I was trying to share that your last words were not heard because your network was cutting. We didn't get you clearly.
All right, Mute, we do not hear you, but great session. Friends, as we wait for Mute to connect back, just kindly share some of your takeaways in this in the comment section. Myself, I'm learning. Thank you, Patricia, for moderating the session as well.
Mr. Mute, we are glad you're back. We had lost you. Your very last words weren't heard. We request you repeat for us.
Oh, you lost. Okay, the last slide was where I said, right? Should I share that slide? Can you hear me?
Please do. You can reshare. Yes, you can reshare the slide. We can now hear you.
Okay. This was the slide, right? Can you see it now?
Yes, the slide is visible.
Okay. So I said it does not matter what you do. If people don't know you, go visible or what? What's there on the screen?
Go visible or go home.
Go visible or go home. That brings us to the end of the session. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share with us. I'm ending my screen. All right.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mute,
Okay.
for your presentation.
Over to you, Patricia.
Thank you so much. I personally, I have learned a lot from your session. I am very happy and I hope the audience has also learned a lot. My very takeaways today, not just doing good work, but making sure that people know that you are doing good work. It is very key when it comes to visibility. And then the other thing that I've come to learn, and I've seen it happen, is some people pursue opportunities while others opportunity to go to them. Then visibility is not vanity, it is a strategy. I hope someone who has joined us for the very first time will go home with this because this is really unique. Visibility is not vanity, it is a strategy. So it takes time. Take it up, you'll be somewhere. With that, I had prepared some questions of mine. But before I present my questions, my dear audience, please let's give some virtual hand claps for our speaker. The session is really interesting. Thank you. Thank you. Those who are sharing, thank you so much. So, Mr. Mute, my questions are, what strategies can professionals use to increase their visibility in their industry? The other question would be, how can someone handle situations where their voices are being ignored or undervalued in a certain environment? And lastly, what factors determine a professional's worth in the job market? Back to you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay. If I hold on, please, just a moment. And let me take down the questions again so I can deal with them as you, in the order you asked them, right?
Okay, I can re-ask them.
Hold on.
Right.
Okay, go ahead. Let me.
Okay. What strategies can professionals use to increase their visibility in their industry?
And the second one was.
How can one handle situations where their voices are being ignored or undervalued?
Okay. Okay, all right. So,
One more.
how do you use to increase their visibility in their industry? I think that's basically everything. Okay, what was the last one you want to add?
The last one was, what factors determine a professional's worth in the job market? Thank you.
Okay, so the first one, what strategies can professionals use to increase their visibility in their industry? I think that's basically everything we've been discussing, right? Because if you don't apply these things, all that we have said, right, it means you are not visible. So something as small as just being part of a meeting is increasing your visibility. Am I making sense? It's increasing your visibility. Something as small as being able to know the job that you have done and being able to communicate it is increasing your visibility. Right? So all these are little factors that we have looked at in the course of the presentation that help you become more visible. And it's more than just going to work in the morning, staying there till 5 p.m. and going back home. No, you want to ask yourself this question: am I active? Am I a team player? The meetings that was held today, the meetings we had today, what contribution came from me, right? What contribution came from me? And is my job description clear? What activities in my job description have I closed? Who is aware that I have closed them? So you continuously ask yourself these questions. Who is aware that I have done this task and this task and this task? Because if nobody knows, it will be assumed that nobody has done them. So if you want people to know you, you've got to be the type who is able to showcase their work. That this so and so task has been done. You've got to be good at drafting emails, right? At the conclusion of every task, you send an email to the respective departments, the respective units, the respective persons, notifying them that this task has been done, this action has been closed out, right? And you don't use vague terms, you have to be specific. In the corporate sector, anything not written is not done. That is one. You have to know that. Anything not written is not done. Number two, we don't talk in vague terms. Almost is not a percentage, right? 20% can be almost, 90% can be almost. Which of the almost are we talking about? Are you at 90% completion, or are you at 70% completion, or are you 25% completion? You have to be specific. That is how your boss will know that, yes, this person knows this task. So these are the little factors that help people to notice you. Don't just send a vague email. Be specific in your email. What task were you assigned? How far have you done? And it's not just about you were given the task, then you wait till it is done. In the process, as you move from 0% completion to 100% completion, are you updating your boss? I'm at 30%, I'm at 50%, I'm at 70%, 100%. You have to update them in the progress report, situational reports. So these are little factors that help you become visible in the organization. It's not just about going in the morning and closing in the evening. Then the second question, like you mentioned, was how can one handle situations where their voice is being ignored or undervalued? Yes, this is a very, very critical part, right? It is possible that people undervalue you in your organization. It is your responsibility to demand value, right? And how you go about that is what we want to look at right now, right? So when your voice is not being heard, how can you handle such situation? Number one, how do you make your contribution, your suggestions known, right? It's not just about the what now, but about the how. You also look at the how, the process. How do you make your contributions known, right? When you accomplish tasks, right? How often do you have review sessions with your direct boss? How often do you have one-on-one sessions with your direct boss, with those that matter, for them to know that, yes, this task is done? Visibility is letting the right people, your peers, your managers, the industry leaders, know that you have done it and you are given the right recognition. So when you feel that your voice is not being heard, you have to go back to the drawing board. How do you present it? Do you come showing exactly what you were asked to do? Because if you were asked to clean and you ended up sweeping the entire yard, right? You've not done your job. You were asked to clean. You may have spent 8 hours doing sweeping, but have you done cleaning? So then another thing you want to take note, before tasks are done, is there an alignment between you and your boss? Is there an alignment before the start of that action plan? Is your boss aware that these are the tasks that you have been assigned to do? Right? Because some people, they focus on the less important tasks and they leave the important tasks undone. So you want to make sure, even if your direct boss gave you 3 tasks to do, it is your responsibility to ask him, which of these 3 tasks do you want me to do first? Which one is the most important? Then it tells you, okay, start with this, then go to this and go to that. You now know where to focus. So if you don't end up doing the last one, you have done at least the most important one, right? It is better to score your grade on the important tasks than on the unimportant ones. Are you getting it? So you want to make sure you focus on the things that needs to be done. When you begin to do the right things, they will begin to listen to you. So when you feel your voice is not being heard, go back to the drawing board. Are you doing what you are supposed to do? That is the question you should answer. Once you do them, then you can come up and say, this is what I was assigned to do, and I have done them. Okay, and then the third one was, what factors determine a professional's worth in the job market? Number one, listen, number one is scarcity. Number one is scarcity. If everybody can do the job you do, your worth is low. Do we agree? If everybody can do the job that you do, your worth is low. The reason people specialize is because the more you specialize, the fewer the people that will be in that niche. Are you saying it? The fewer the people that will be in that niche. So you want to diversify into an area that has only a few people. I'm an accountant is not enough. That is why you want to narrow down into an area that will increase your value in the marketplace. So the first factor that determines your value is what? Scarcity. Focus on what only a few can do. If you focus on what everybody can do, your value will be low. Number two is time. How much time does it cost you to get the job done? The shorter the time it will take you to get the job done, the higher your value, right? The higher your value. Because A says it's going to take him 5 hours to get it done. B says, I will do it in 30 minutes. Who will you pay more, right? You pay the one that will get the job done faster, right? You pay the one that will get the job done faster. So scarcity and time are two critical factors that help increase your worth in the marketplace, right? And then you want to be in the right circles. You want to be in the right circle. You want to hang out with the right people, right? You want to get the right certification. You want to get the right certification in your industry. A chartered accountant coming to do record keeping will be paid more than just an ordinary accountant doing record keeping, even though they are doing the same tasks, right? Even though they are doing the same tasks, because one has a higher qualification, he's going to be paid more than the other one. So those three factors determine your worth in the marketplace. So I believe we have treated the three questions, Patricia. Hello, Patricia.
Yes, thank you so much for answering my questions. I am happy I found a way forward. I'll take this opportunity to give the audience a chance to also echo out their questions so that they are answered. If you want to talk, you can raise up your hand and you'll be given permission. Thank you. I can be going through the chat as we wait for people to raise up their hands. I see appreciations coming in. Okay. We have a question from Brian. Brian, you're welcome. You can ask your question.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
We see your
Thank you
face.
for it.
If you can enable your camera.
Come again?
I said, can we see your face?
My face is red night. It's an ugly face.
All right, go ahead with your question.
But don't worry about that. You see my face?
Yes, good.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this. My point goes to when you talked about volunteering. One thing I've noticed is that our professionals are always valuing their papers, and they don't look at volunteering as an important aspect in building their careers. It's very difficult to request somebody to volunteer at purely no pay, but a professional would choose to keep home for 2 years, 3 years, still in search of a job. What's your take on that, and how do you motivate these who are available on this call to show them that, yes, through volunteering, so many people have landed very great careers and great jobs. Through volunteering is building your CV, because if you're attached to any organization, and then your CV will definitely reflect in this kind of volunteering that you've done. So how does somebody become motivated to work for free? Because I always ask my question, especially to the professionals, that what job can you do for 5 good years without receiving any pay? And should you answer to that question yourself as an individual, then you're able to know what you really need or what you really want as a professional. So thank you so much.
Okay. So you're asking about the area of volunteering and how you can use it for career growth, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Sure.
For a young volunteer does a couple of things. One, for a young professional, right? When you volunteer, if let's say I go back 2 decades ago when I just left the higher institution, right? And I'm finding it difficult to get a job, what I would have done, because of the environment we live in, all the organizations wanting to hire people are looking for 2 years experience, 5 years experience, 3 years experience. If it is possible, I would look for an organization that is not too far from where I live and write them that I want to volunteer myself. These are my skill sets. I'm a graduate of this. I can be relevant in so and so department in the organization. And I want to volunteer for 3 months or 6 months, right? When you do that, take note of this. You are given a role in that organization, even though you are not being paid for that role. However, you are using it to build your portfolio. You are using it to build your portfolio. Because when you come to LinkedIn and you state that you were in so-and-so role in so-and-so organization, so-and-so role in so-and-so organization, nobody knows whether you were paid or you were not paid. Are you getting it? Nobody knows that. All they see is that this person is working. This person is working, right? And then it puts you in a good light. Then you've been at home for 2, 3 years and you've not done anything. But when you volunteer yourself, it puts you in a good light for other organizations. So, because meanwhile, you are still applying for other organizations. 2 things likely to happen. You become so valuable in that organization, they give you a more permanent role and begin to pay you, right? You may be lucky, someone else may leave the organization and create a gap for you to fill. The third thing is that other organizations you are applying for, you now have a CV with work experience stated. So it's not like you're going to remain in that place for the next 5 years and nobody is paying you. Even though you volunteered, you are still seeking for employment, for jobs in other areas, in other organizations, but you are not going empty-handed. You have what? Something to show that you are working. So that is a very good strategy for you to what? Position yourself for visibility, position yourself to get other opportunities. Brian, did that make sense? Brian, did that make sense? Did I answer your question?
Perfect, brother. Perfect.
All right.
I hope everyone can get it as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for that, Brian. Yes, Coach Samuel, your hand is up.
Thank you so much. I was just trying to thank Brian and thank Mote for the response. But I want to, let me just use this opportunity to say thank you so much, Mote, for coming through to this session. Quite insightful. And I know that myself have been part of your visibility challenge and journey. And I'll tell you that one of the things, I'll just try to show something on my screen. So as you could realize, this, I don't know if you can see my screen. Could you confirm that you can see my screen? Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So this is this is 2022. This is me. I was doing a 45 video challenge with Muteife. Now, one of the things people usually ask me, how do you get people like Muteife into your room or into your sessions? Muteife is from Nigeria, have not met him. And here we are. He's sharing with us. The internet has given us a ground that you can actually tap into visibility. You can get into another country without actually having to fly there. So as you can realize, this is a visibility challenge that I was doing, and I was doing it in on my social media platform, but I was also doing it in a community platform, the Leadership Tribe, which is a Nigerian tribe. And when you get realized to look at some of my followership and some of my influence, I have influence in Nigeria, but I've not been to Nigeria. And that's why I can invite speakers. I think Muteife is our second speaker from Nigeria. Quite a number of other speakers that will be speaking to us even through the year. But all this came because I took the decision to say, I'm going to go visible. I'm going to tap into other places. How can I tap into the visibility in Nigeria and say, okay, let me look for Facebook groups that are related to Nigeria and I can get in there. And I want to tell you that the results are really immense, and me being able to convince Monte to come through for this session is just one of that. But also having that kind of followership. I've been invited to speak in Nigeria. I've been invited to do quite a number of things just because of taking my visibility. So all the ideas that Muteife is actually sharing, I think are ideas that are really practical. And I want to tell you that if you're very intentional, of course, the visibility journey itself is a journey. You do not get there immediately on the first day. It's a continuous. As you can see, we were doing a 45 days video challenge, and that meant that every day we were posting a video. And I know that how uncomfortable sometimes videos can be if it's your first time. Even when they tell us to put on our videos here, sometimes you feel like, what will people see? Sometimes we're afraid to show our faces. But I want to tell you that once I went through that 45 days challenge, that gave me the confidence now that I can now do these webinars comfortably, show my screen, and be able to present my ideas. So I just want to encourage you that if there's anything that you need to tap into, it is visibility. There's quite a lot of things that you do. And I'm glad that we even have Brian, who just asked the question. So Brian is also my coach on aspects of social media. He has gotten me on live sessions, and being able to go on live sessions to somebody who has an account of over, let's say, 150,000 followers, you're getting visibility. You do not know who is watching. And before you know it, you're getting into different places. The world is seeing you in different places. If I'll tell you that my being visible has gotten me to places, even getting to, let's say, to TV, let's say, stations, being able to be invited. I know some of you have seen some of my TV invitations. This is because, not because the best person out there, but because I've taken my visibility to the next level. So it's very important for you. I don't know how best to emphasize, but if at all you're waiting for all reasons on why you should go visible, I would say that look at me, look at my brand, look at my personal brand, and see how to elevate yourself. So for me, it's just an appreciation. Thank you, Mute, for coming through. I know that the audience has learned one or two things there. Pick up whatever you've learned and be consistent. There's something to do with consistency that really helps and pushes you, and get comfortable with being uncomfortable. So when they say post videos, show up, share your photos, show up, because it's that visibility that's going to get you out there. So thank you so much. And thank you so much, Patricia, for the moderation.
You're welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. In the chat box, I am seeing appreciation messages. Bashir is saying very insightful presentation. Kobel is saying being a team player. Winnie is saying thank you so much for that presentation. Esther is saying being active in meetings is the best. Niger Juliet is saying, I'm so grateful for the session. It's been interesting and full of learning to me. She's a secretary by profession. She's very glad for our sessions because they equip her with relevant skills in line with her job. Faith Dukuze is saying, thank you. This is very mind transforming. Nicholas is saying, thank you, Mr. Mute, for the presentation. Let's go visible. Any other person who wants to speak up, or we can proceed with the session? Okay, thank you so much. David is asking, how will I be part of the visibility challenge? Thank you.
All right. Okay. Let's me quickly do that. Okay. Okay, for those who are interested in being part of the Visibility Challenge, let me just do 5 slides, right? Just 5 slides to help you understand what it's about, right? Just 5 slides. Can you see my slide? Patricia, is it showing now?
Yes, please.
Okay, so the 21-day Visibility Challenge is a program. It used to be 45 days. When Coach Samuel did it, it was 45 days. But right now, to make it easy for people, it is now 21 days, right? And there have been some other activities that are. So it's a program that helps you become visible, grow your followership, gain the confidence, gain mastery in your own subject, right? Make sales if you're in business, get new clients. It opens doors for a lot of people. So, and it's a quarterly program, January, April, July, and October. So right now we are preparing for the July session, if you want to be part of it. So, so it's basically, okay. People coming, I want you to just listen to this. I don't know, I want to believe that the audio will play, right? I post a lot of content and people were like, so this is what you've been doing for years. Yes. were you able to hear the voice of the video? Patricia, did the voice come out?
Yes, yes, yes.
You heard the voice. Okay, so let's start again. I want you to listen very well.
I post a lot of content and people were like, so this is what you've been doing for years. Yes, I've been doing this for about 8-10 years. Many of my friends on Facebook didn't even know. Okay, so I joined the October batch. And one of the reasons why I joined the Visibility Challenge was because I needed to get out of my shell, sincerely. And anytime I come on Facebook, I see a lot of people who are not necessarily, sorry to say, not necessarily giving quality value, but they are so visible unashamedly and commenting. People are buying whatever thing they are selling. And I'm like, where is this person getting this boldness from? And then one day, just Facebook will always suggest posts for you. Mr. Mute, if his post came on my page and I saw visibility, I was like, what does visibility mean? Reading through, I was like, this is something that can actually get me off my shell. Before then, I don't think I've done for posting. Sincerely, I just go to Facebook, eat, I watch, I click, I like the code. That's just what I'm doing. But I knew I had something of worth. I looked at the video I did the first time, October 2nd, and I looked at the video I'm doing today, and I see there's a lot of difference. My confidence level is different. I post a lot of content, and people were like, so this is what you've been doing for years. Yes, I've been doing this for about 8-10 years. Many of my friends on Facebook didn't even the ones we went to the same university to understand what I was saying until I came on. And the truth is, if you're doing something of worth, and you don't come out to say it, people who don't have something, quote unquote, somebody or so valuable will be out there online. And it is truly the loudest person that people follow. That's what I realized.
So you heard what she has been into for 8 to 10 years. Her closest friends did not know until she took the visibility challenge. Just one final one.
Wonderful. I mean, I'm 20, 30 years ago. I was just scrolling through the Facebook and I saw Visibility Challenge. I was like, what's this all about? So I read through it. I said, okay, it's for us to be known. Fine, let's go into it. So I paid for myself. I said, no, it will not be complete if I pay for only myself and I have staff with me that are working with me. Pay for everybody. Let's do this. That was the first time in life that I did a live video and I sent it on Facebook. I have never done that before, but I was challenged to do that. And the shocking part of it was, friends and family that I thought they know what I'm into. They're now calling me, you dey sell land, you get land, and I'm like, I don't understand. The result from the challenge was wonderful. I made still millions. From friends, from people that have known me for more than 20, 30 years ago. I made sales from them. Why? Because I did the challenge.
Okay, so you heard 2 testimonies from people who have taken the challenge because it is a life changer, it is a game changer, right? So it's not just about videos alone. During the challenge, you do both video and content writing. So you are trained for 3 days, then you are now coached for 21 days of execution.
I posted a lot of content and people like, so what you be doing for years?
Sorry.
Wonderful. I made sales in millions.
how the challenge works. There's 3 days of preparation, 21 days of execution, where you are posting 1 video a day and maybe 5 to 10 posts every day, right? And so you will be equipped with how to go about this to make it easy for you. Then there is daily review session with me for the first week, daily review session every day for the first week. Then for the remaining 2-3 weeks, we'll be having twice every week review sessions. Then we'll look at what is working, what is not working, the challenges you are facing, and then you have direct access to me during that period. Whatever it is you are going through, when it comes to your visibility, I'll be there to help you. So it's something that is worthy of giving an investment into, right? It's not cheap for many people, but it's worth the results. Look at some of the results that we have gotten. I believe it's clear enough for you to read them, right? You can see them. This person sold 64 plots of land in 2 months just because of visibility. So you see all of these are results that people have gotten by participating in the challenge. This is just a tiny bit of the so many results that have come out of it, right? Then how do you register for it? This is how it is. Registration for it is in your currency, 75,000 Ugandan shillings. However, because of Coach Sam, I'm giving a 24-hour discount. I'm bringing it down to 50,000 Ugandan shillings for anybody who can register between now and tomorrow evening, right? Anybody in this your group who can register between now and tomorrow evening will pay 50,000 Ugandan shillings. The registration link is right there. You can just copy it out. 21 days visibility challenge. Seller.com/21 days visibility challenge. You want to write it up now so that you can go to the site later to register. You pay in your currency when you go there, and I'll be notified. Once you register, I'll be notified and you'll be contacted, right? So it's 75,000 Ugandan shillings, but from now till tomorrow, for the next 24 hours, you can pay 50,000 Ugandan shillings. If you want to register, you can go to the site now and register and you'll get it done. It is something I want to encourage everyone here, be a part of it, and the result will amaze you, right? So for the person that asked, I believe this is clear enough, right? Patricia, do you want to put the link in the chat? I think I can put it in the chat, right?
Yes, you can drop it in the chat.
Can be dropped in the chat. Thank you. So I think I can. But just remember, it's seller.com/21 days visibility challenge. It's as simple as that. All right, so I'll add it in the chat so that for anyone who is interested to get it. Thank you, Patricia, over to you.
Okay, I'll also share the link in our WhatsApp group, the fact that you shared it with me. Thank you so much for your package. I'm sure it's going to impact many lives out there. And for those who have not been in position to watch live, I'm sure they'll go on our YouTube channel and watch the recording. At this juncture, I'll invite Coach Samuel to talk to us. Thank you. You're most welcome, Coach.
Okay, thank you so much, Patricia, for the invitation and for the session. I think Mute is going to share that link, and I was just trying to share in the chat box that I really recommend people to be able to join through the challenge if you can. Mute has given us a very good offer. And of course, this is an investment. This is not an expense. This here you're investing in yourself. And if you've always wanted to tap into the Nigerian market as well for your visibility, this is an opportunity for you to be able to tap into that area. So thank you so much, Motes. Thank you so much, Patricia, as well. To all those that joined through the session, in case this is your first time, please feel free to be part of the Transformation Professionals Club movement. We have an open WhatsApp group, but we also have the paid up membership, which you can be able to be part of. So for me, I just want to say thank you so much for coming through. And every Friday we are here for learnings. We've also commenced another entrepreneurial program, which we are trying to schedule for every Tuesday, just to learn everything around entrepreneurship, but also to be able to learn from experts. Like the way we can see, we have experts like James Asaba, who is somebody in the marketing. So he will be able to share with us, let's say, insights around how we can market our businesses. We have experts like Patricia, who also come through and share with us how we can make sure that we put our accounts in good place, such that if they are audited, everything is in right shape. So these are some of our members. Philip also, who does a lot of accounting, will also share with us. So our members will be coming through to share with us some of their insights around their subjects. So in case you're an entrepreneur or you want to get into entrepreneurship, those sessions will really be very insightful. But otherwise, we always want to say thank you so much for always giving us the audience. Thank you, and over to you, Patricia.
Thank you so much, Coach Samuel, for those insightful words. Mr. Mute, I would request you to give us your very last word to someone who is out there, or someone who would log in to view the fact that they could have missed the session. What last word would you share with them about visibility? Thank you. Oh, I think he's off. I'm not seeing him online. Our speaker, I think he's having network issues. Thank you so much, our audience, for joining in for today's session. It is not taken for granted. Whoever wants to join, you can reach me on my contact. I can easily link you to our team leaders who can add you to the WhatsApp group. My number is 0708 34 92 04. The link has also been shared. You can take on from there. Otherwise, thank you for being a good audience. Thank you so much. Until next Friday, have a blessed evening.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.